Don't look under the internet.
Throw a ball at him. If you knock yours over, someone on the other team has to run over and pick it up. And the goal is your whole team has to chug and finish their whole drink. And what you do is when you knock over a pin, the other person runs to set up the pin. You drink in the time it takes them to set the pin back up.
Oh, so you have to drink the whole time?
It's kind of like drunk driving with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Where you can only drink when you stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Super fun, though. You totally missed out. I guess also, welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Now that I'm done talking about Funky Ball, welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet. That's Doug.
Hello.
I'm Mike, and that's Jason. He's not talkative today. He's pouting.
I don't like this. I don't like...
Well, it's because I told him if he doesn't behave when we go to the Dollar General, he won't pick out a toy. And what did he do? He did not behave, so I didn't let him pick out a toy. So now he's pouting like a child. Also, he's not here.
Yeah, no, he's not here.
Today's Kelly's birthday. Happy birthday, Kelly.
Happy birth.
And Jason decided to take her out for a nice dinner. And probably other things, whatever they entail.
Probably touching wieners.
And so it's just me and Doug today. Contrary to just me and Jason last week. So now I have a question for the listeners. Because now you've gotten a taste of just Doug and Jason.
Yep.
Just Jason and me. Mm-hmm. And just Doug and me.
Yeah.
So now,
at the end of this episode,
I want you guys to judge on what pairing is the funniest together.
What works, what doesn't.
Yeah, what works, what don't. Yeah, he's out celebrating, so it's just Dungles and I, and we decided...
We broke into his home.
Yeah, we're in his own house by ourselves.
I was playing with his dog in his house, and I actually, he's going to hear this when I record, but I'm going to hide something in his house, and he's going to have to find it, and it really stinks because he's not going to know what it is, especially because he hid an egg in my house somewhere.
He hid an egg in your house? What an asshole. I might join you on that. Perhaps I will hide some sort of tooth or related thing in his home. Or just let an egg just go bad and mold at his home.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide one egg, but I'm going to label it with a 2.
So he thinks there's multiple.
So he thinks there's another egg somewhere that he needs to find. And he's going to be rather upset about it.
I mean...
He has a bunch of eggs. You guys canceled the egg toss thing or whatever.
You're right. We couldn't get it in time.
36 of them in the fridge right now.
We're definitely going to do that. All right, show's over, everybody. Bye. We're going to prank Jason.
Give us a minute. We need to do things. Why are we here?
Oh, so me and Doug decided, you know what, since it's just us two, we're going to get a little intimate here.
We are.
And nothing's more intimate than a man who fights aliens with a samurai sword.
Just to preface that, this is going to be a slow lubing for you folks at home to the next episode we do.
Yes.
I know Mike and Jason kind of talked about this actually ahead of time, saying that we were going to have a 2-parter this week, that you're going to get the first one.
Spoiler. That ain't happening this week.
No. Life has been just absolutely crazy. After September 3rd, I think everybody's schedule is going to be semi back to normal for the most part.
I will say, while we're kind of on the topic of updates and shit, there is a slight possibility we may or may not have an episode out the week of, what is it? Not next week, when this comes out.
So this comes out not this Monday, but the next Monday.
Yeah, it's very possible. Was that the 7th? Yeah, the 7th. It's very possible. I think the 7th.
I don't know. I don't have dates. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know time.
So it's possible because my wedding is coming up. We may have to skip a week. We'll see what happens because who knows how busy we will be. We shouldn't but I just want to put that out in the air just to be on the safe side, so it's not a surprise to anybody.
If anything, you might get another me and Jason thing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
It's all up in the air.
Hopefully, we'll get more fun stuff. The next one, Doug's idea for an episode, I'm super pumped for.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, but like Doug said, we decided we want to lube your
Lube
alien
your
alienness.
Alien anus.
Alien anus a little bit with this.
We're gonna probe you, is what's gonna happen.
We're gonna probe you. Before we get into it, though, because we're gonna sidetrack again. Quick shout out to our new patron.
Hell yeah,
Jonathan Salazar.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank
dude,
you
for the $5. That's super cool of you. You'll get your sticker in the mail.
Hell,
I don't know when Patreon. I think Patreon takes a couple months to send it out, but I mean, you'll get it. You'll fucking get it. So thank you so much, John. That's really awesome of you. And if you want to become a patron, patreon.com/deludipod. We're fucking blowing up. We have a surprise when we hit 20 patrons, and we're more than halfway there now. So
yeah, and we're actually I know we've been kind of toying with the idea of like a merch thing happening soon, but I just want to let you guys know it's big, and it's
what's funny
it's
is first off, sorry people, because on the last 2 episodes we talked about one ARG radar and never went into it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming up soon. Sorry about the confusion. We had to take it out of the episode because that episode for Petscop was too long.
You will get that soon. It's not going to be during this episode for sure.
Yeah, you'll get that sometime down the line here. And then we also said that our merch shop would be up by now. It's not yet, but that will be very soon as well. We just ran into some like creative issues where we're trying to figure out what to put on there, what to keep off. So expect that very soon. Do you have an update on it at all?
Yeah, actually, since we're going to take a couple of weeks to actually put out the ARG radar, I was hoping that some of our, more avid listeners could kind of tell me what they want to know about ARGs. So I've been toying with some ideas, and basically it's either I'm going to just shit out a few weird startup ARGs that I find in my, daily lookings, or I could explain how to do ARGs, like maybe give people an idea of how to
I think
use
both would be fun.
I think so too. I think I'm going to go with both, but I want to know what people want to hear first. Like, do you guys want to know how to use ciphers? Do you want to know what to look for? Do you want to know...
I would like to get in on that too, because as much as I love ARGs, that's the shit that I'm not a fan of, is when they're like, oh, enhance this image, and then you have to put it in reverse Google image, and it gives you a fucking hexadecimal code, and you got to translate that to get a binary code, and I'm like, this is too fucking much. Like,
it gets crazy. Exhausting. And honestly, some of the best ARGs utilize those things a lot, which is where it separates the newbie ARG listener or follower, I should say, to the pro ARG user.
The me's from the U's.
Yeah,
you can say it. It's fine.
Well, I don't want to tell people that you suck, but
I think they understand after all of these episodes. I think they get it.
But yeah, so I want to do something for you guys, because I know, like, just for example, like Nicole even said, like, I don't understand half the things you guys talk about, but it's a lot of fun to listen to. So like, I would love it if I could help people who don't quite understand. Yeah,
that'd be awesome, because that's definitely something I'd be super interested in. Also, because it's just me and Doug, we're missing Jason. I just want you people at home to guess. Guess who usually runs like the soundboard and everything? It's typically Jason. So, apologies if this sounds a little weird, because we're doing our best without the guy.
I got a full crash course like about an hour ago, and boy howdy.
Yeah, so again, we're doing our best here without Jason, who's a sound guy. So just bear with us. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to do my best.
Yeah, but again, thank you, Jonathan Salazar, which is a dope-ass last name. Salazar. And let's get to the topic here a little bit.
Hell yeah.
We mentioned it has to do with aliens a little bit, and a guy with a samurai sword. It's just fucking Stardust Ranch.
Stardust Ranch.
So this we were trying to think of just a small little fun episode to do while Jason was gone, and me and Doug were kind of like, oh, what should we fucking do? Decided on aliens, and decided on this man John Edmonds, who cuts them up with a samurai sword.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do aliens for a fucking hot minute now, and we're finally getting to do some alien stuff.
Yeah.
This man takes the cake on just being a fucking goon.
A lunatic, some would say. He's definitely a character.
That is a fucking understatement, honestly.
Yep.
So John Edmond and his wife bought this ranch in 1995, and their whole goal was just to start a horse rescue.
Very noble.
Very noble.
And like a steed, like a noble steed. So props on this. And I would ask all of you to look up what John looks like, because he do be looking. They're like, I think like an hour and a half or so away from Phoenix, Arizona. That's where all this takes place.
He looks like a jelly bean.
He looks like the type of guy that lives an hour and a half away from Phoenix, Arizona. Like, that's the best way to fucking put it. He looks like he fits the bill.
I was literally watching one of his interviews, and of course we're gonna go over
The
this
Skype
too.
one?
Yes. It's like, dude woke up, like his hair looks like he's constantly waking up over and over again. Like one simple like comb through. That's all you need, dude. Just a brush through, and you'll be good. But
Nope, not him.
He looks like
too
a
good for
mad
that.
scientist.
Like a fat old hillbilly mad scientist. Yeah, but he bought it to be a horse rescue, and he claims that immediately after they bought it, they've been having like ghosty attacks, which they bought it in like 95.
Yeah, 95. So like they're claiming a lot of different things.
If I've been haunted by aliens for that
by
long,
aliens.
yeah, I don't know how else to say it, but for that long, fucking get out of there, Mike. I would have been out day 2. If day 1 I saw an alien, day 2 I'm in my car with my shit packed. But now to the point here, the weird thing with him moving in 95 is he claims the previous owners didn't sell the place; they just vanished.
Yeah.
All their shit was still there, which makes me think he probably just murdered them.
After listening to everything I've listened to, absolutely.
Yeah, he murdered these people and took their home.
Oh my god! Like, I want to like jump ahead to a couple things
I
to make
know.
funny jokes, but I like can't do it.
I
So
know.
like, okay, let's run you through the basics of like what this fucking story is. So, like we said, bought the ranch, start seeing aliens, right? He's like this, like he's like your typical white male
Boomer
who doesn't know how to use social media, so he's just posting pictures of like him and his wife's bruises from these aliens.
Yeah, he posts
and,
them on
like,
Facebook.
yeah, it's really, really bizarre.
You can check out his Facebook page and look at these pictures yourself. It's just John Edmonds, but like, yeah, he posts pictures of, like you said, the bruises.
Well, okay, so the picture that I have in my brain that I keep seeing over and over
samurai sword?
is the samurai sword with the blood on the ground.
He took a picture of a samurai sword with a bunch of blood around it, which he claims is alien blood. He also posts pictures of like, there's one I think of like a horse head with like the eyes and the tongues removed.
It's bizarre stuff. He claims that he's killed like
I think
over
it's like 18.
Yeah, like over 18 aliens
With a samurai sword.
with a samurai
I
sword of
cannot
all
stress
things.
this motherfucker went Samurai Jack on a bunch of aliens.
Ching, ching,
Yeah,
ching.
like if he wasn't such a fat, shitty looking guy, this would be the most cool and badass thing ever. Like, can you imagine going to a bar and hearing this man tell stories about how he clashed with aliens with a samurai sword? That shit sounds like a Nick Cage movie.
It should be a Nick Cage
It probably
movie.
is. Let's be
it
real.
will be. Let's
Yeah.
just say it will be. But like, if he didn't look the way he did,
It'd be a lot cooler
would
if he
be so
looked like
much
a
cooler.
fucking I don't know, like a Chris
Like
Evans
Keanu Reeves.
or a Keanu Reeves. Yeah, it'd
I'd
be a
be
lot
like,
neater.
hell yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, I believe this guy. But no, he looks like your shitty uncle that lives in the trailer park and
definitely diddles kids.
yeah, and just drinks fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon 30 packs every day.
I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. Yeah, that is this man to a T.
Yep.
Oh God, the more I think about it, like the more upset I get.
I know. Well, and you know, we're making fun of this guy and saying like how badass it is. At the end of the day, when you hear all this information about him, it kind of gives off this vibe that he's a shitty person, and we'll get to why.
Yeah, we will. And so actually going back to the picture of blood on the ground, a lot of people are being like, hey, you killed all these grays. Where's the proof?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I killed 18 18 aliens, and they're like, all right, where are the bodies? And
Well, you have to cut the head off and then cut the antenna off, or else they phone home, is his words.
they disappear. Yeah. He's straight up just like, if you don't cut off the head, they disappear.
So he said that one swing of a samurai sword isn't strong enough to chop the head off
Nope.
of an alien.
You gotta
of a
hack
gray.
at it like an axe.
Although every other thing I've ever heard about the Greys contradicts the shit out of
Oh,
that.
yeah, they're like 3 feet tall, flimsy like paper.
frail as
Yeah,
hell.
you could breathe on one and you fucking broke its toe or something.
Literally, you could just flick them on the head and they're dead.
They're like jelly. I don't even think they have bones. I think they're like jelly people, kind of.
No bones.
Yeah,
They got no bones.
yeah. But he basically hacks at him like his sword is an axe, and apparently it does the trick after like 4 or 5 fucking Texas, not Amityville horror axe hacks. And the bodies just disappear. So it's like, okay,
So yeah, he has zero proof, but
he did take the blood samples. He took his blood samples from the sword to, I guess, like
a forensics
like a
analysis
hematologist or some shit.
Yeah.
And the guy said that where there's typically hemoglobin, it's actually what's that shit in plants?
Phosphorus.
No, not phosphorus, where they photosynthesis. Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. Yeah.
And there's it's chlorophyll in them instead of hemoglobin, and so he's like they're a mix of like matter and plant.
Yeah.
And then going to find this scientist guy that he gave this DNA to. Guess what? He died, and all of the blood samples mysteriously disappeared.
They gone.
Mm-hmm. Like the aliens were just like, this motherfucker took our blood like it's a goddamn Heartland blood bank without our permission.
I will say, keep that in mind about the plant thing for something that we're going to talk about later on in this episode, because apparently it matters.
Yeah, apparently it do. Yeah, it's like 18 or 19 of these fuckers, he said. Which makes me think, do they come like one at a time? Or are they like ganging up on him and he just does like a cool like 360 swipe and just 5 heads just fall off at once as he sheaths blade like he's Trunks from Dragon Ball fighting Frieza?
Honestly, I don't know, because the thing that fucking bugs me the most about this is a bunch of like, it's like he claims there's a portal in his home that allows these Greys to travel from wherever
To him.
into his home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like his home should look like a goddamn battlefield.
Yeah,
if he's
right?
fighting Greys all the time.
You would think if there's a portal, you would either A, keep the living room open, or B, I guess like cage it off or something, like make it like hard for them to maneuver around, but no.
Yeah, especially because, so, I think one of the funniest things that I've heard in this entire research is it has to do with his wife. So, his wife apparently was being beamed out of the bedroom, floated out of the master bedroom, down the hallway, and into the parking lot, where he then opened fire.
He got a banana clip AK-47 and he's just
shooting
at a UFO.
With no regard to his wife's safety.
Nope.
Apparently he's just gonna fire an AK-47 into a tractor beam or whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the funniest part is that his wife is like, yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Yep, nope. She's just like, yeah, I won't sleep in that room anymore because I don't want to get hovered out again. But she also says that she would wake up sometimes and she thinks that she's like molested by these aliens.
Yep.
Because she claims that she will wake up some nights and her like inner thighs are rubbed like raw. Yeah. Crazy how that be. What with your weird hobo samurai
This
husband?
man has killed 18 to 19 Greys.
Maybe it's on vengeance for them molesting his wife.
But how does she not see these things happening? Where is she when this is going down? Is he like...
Oh, he's drugging her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
all right, so that's the end of the episode. No, but I still can't get over... he sees his wife get lifted out of the bed and just hovering down the hallway, going outside. And if this is true, if all this alien shit is true, good on this guy. Because his first reaction seeing his wife hovering was, I gotta protect my woman, and grabs an AK-47 and just into the fucking night sky. And I know what you're probably thinking. Why aren't the cops being called on this guy? They have a couple times. But they said he's fine. He has permits and everything to own these guns, and he lives kind of in the middle of nowhere where, like, his closest neighbor is, like, 3 miles away. Yeah. So you can fucking pot shot in this air with your fucking rifle all you want. You're fine. Yeah. But I just can't get that image out of my head of this old fat guy. Like, how's no one turned that into, like, a mural, you know? Just pot shotting into the fucking air with an AK-47 at a UFO. Seriously, that sounds fucking nuts, dude.
If you haven't already, just Google this man real quick so you know what he looks like, because otherwise what we're saying isn't going to be nearly as funny as what we're imagining in our heads right now.
Yep. And, you know, this kind of helps segue into the next bit a little bit, but the Ghost Adventures TV show does cover this guy.
Oh, God.
And we watched the show last night in, like, preparation.
Yeah.
And on the show, they do, when he talks about how he went out and lit up the fucking UFO, they do have, like, a small, like, 3-second like dramatization, and it's just a guy with 2 guns just into the air, and it's the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah, it's if you haven't watched Ghost Adventures, I mean,
God, it's so bad but good.
Yeah, it's trash reality TV and it's amazing, but it also sucks at the same time.
Probably, even though I know all that shit's fake, it's probably like my favorite fucking TV show right now. I don't know what it is. Like, I know everything on there is fake, but just the spooky atmosphere and everything just gets me. I love that shit. It's fucking great.
Yeah, and now I do love, like, ghost stories and believing in ghosts and aliens and whatnot. And, like, they do, like... So in the episode, you will see a couple, like, weird anomalies happen where, like, they see a
mist and
some, like,
actually
balls of an
light.
alien in the sky. And
allegedly. They see what looks like an airplane, but they're like, oh, fuck, it just vanished. Yeah. It just got out of your line of sight, my guy.
Now, if you go into it with an open mind, they're fun. And it's a fun episode for sure.
Fun. Like, again, we know most of that shit's probably fucking fake, but it's just fun trash TV.
Yeah. It's
highly
a good
recommend
time.
Ghost Adventures. It's great. But you're probably wondering, why is Ghost Adventures hunting UFOs? I guess it's because in this guy's house, there's also someone who killed himself there. Allegedly because the aliens might have, like, coerced him to do it, or he went crazy because of the aliens. So that's really why they were there. And they caught, like a hissing noise in a bedroom, and
some, like, weird, like, male foreign voice happening.
Yeah,
on, like, the EMF.
Yeah, they catch some little stuff where it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. And they did, like, some magnetometer readings and everything, which, I mean, I don't know much about geomagnetometers, but I'm sure half that shit that they saw was not that paranormal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, oh, what would be freaky is if we got, like, a reading in, like, the hundreds to 150s, and they get one at, like, 150 or something. And they're like, that's not natural. There's probably something, like, a power line or something running under them, because it is on this guy's property.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and they're like, oh, it's right by the front gate.
It just ain't natural, dude.
Yeah, it ain't natural, my guy. But they catch it. They catch these, like, readings, like, right by the gate. And the guy's probably got, like, his internet, like, his fiber line going through there or something. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's at his front gate. That's usually, I imagine, where underground construction takes place, is in the entrance of your home, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, shit, like, for a lot of the things, so, like, the Stardust Ranch, it actually almost has, like, a little bit of, like, Skinwalker Ranch vibes from what John claims.
I super wanted to kind of do Stardust Ranch and Skinwalker Ranch in the same episode, but Skinwalker, you can do a lot with Skinwalker, where I would like to, you know, do that one justice instead of cramming it with this piece of shit.
Yeah, no, it definitely deserves its own episode for sure, just considering the vast amount of actual research that's been done at Skinwalker Ranch, I guess you can call it that.
There have been some people that go to John's ranch, Stardust Ranch, and they're like, oh yeah, like, this one lady, like, stayed the night, and she said that she was visited by, like, 3 small black figures, and he, again, on his Facebook, he posts a bunch of stuff, like, he's got this rock that he calls, like, the artifact, and it's got, like, this, I guess, like, rune on it or something that he says the aliens use for, like, their teleportation devices and everything. So this guy's just a character.
Do you remember what the like? He said there's some sort of like walkers outside of the house that I can't remember what they're fucking
the hunter
called.
guys?
Yeah.
I don't remember their name, but yeah, he claims that there's like these like paranormal, like, imagine just like a deer hunter, but you're hunting you like aliens and shit.
Oh yeah.
There's just guys that just roam around like the outskirts of his property, just hunting for fucking UFOs and aliens, and they're like,
I guess he came up to the door one time and was just like, "Yeah, I'm here to protect you from the monsters on the property."
Yeah, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "The monsters all over property. I keep them away." Obviously, not doing the best job because all these aliens are in your home. Get a new monster hunter guy because this one sucks. Go on LinkedIn, see who you find, or no. Go to ZipRecruiter because you're the one doing the hiring.
Seriously. Like, no one asked you to come here. I didn't hire you.
You're right. I can't pay you much, and by much I mean nothing.
Well, considering he's been trying to sell this home or this ranch for a while now, and when he first listed it, it was at like, I think the property value was like, what did you say, like 300,000 ish?
Yeah, it was like 280, 300,000.
And he first listed it for 1.5 million, and then Ghost Adventures happened. And now it's on the market for 5 million.
Yep. So I want you people to imagine, why do you think John is telling the world there's aliens at his house? It's because he wants to hike up the price of his house.
Yeah, absolutely. This man it's like, I can't even believe the things that he's done. So like, actually one of the cooler videos I did see was when he did that online interview where the host was like, hey, there's like 2 little people behind you right now.
Yeah, you can see in this like Skype interview he does where there's like, he's just talking and there's like these 2 heads that kind of like peek around the corner. It's Skype, so it's like fucking 360p.
Grainy.
Yeah, so you can't really see what they are, but they do look kind of small. So that's kind of creepy. I mean, it might have just been a person just like open in and out, but who knows. He also he went on another interview on a podcast. I don't know if I told you this or if you saw this one or not. On this podcast, the host, I cannot believe I forgot the name of the show. I feel like an asshole now. But I guess the host kind of like dabbles in like human psychology, and he's kind of like a nerd about that kind of stuff. And he's like, I think John is a full-on sociopath. Like, I think he's a psychopath. And here's why. In the interview, John says, he's like, oh yeah, my wife told me if they ever get their hands on her, she wants me to kill her right then and there. She does not want to go with the aliens. She wants me to kill her, put her down. And he's like, I fucking believe him. I believe that he'll do that.
Oh yeah.
This guy kind of sucks. It kind of just sounds like he wants to murder his wife. Much like... Hi, Finley. Finley's very excited because Jason and Kelly just got home from their dinner. And we're trying not to be quiet, but they're trying to have alone time with each other and personal time, and we're kind of in his den.
Yeah, Jason's trying to rub his vagina on Kelly's penis.
Clitoris.
He's
trying to dibble the clitoris.
I love that. That is my favorite thing right now.
Dibble the clitoris. So yeah, sorry if you hear weird sounds and whatnot, because they're in the other room. Obviously, it's Kelly's birthday, so we told her, be as loud as you want. Don't mind us. So if you hear weird shouts or screams or laughs or barks from a dog, it's because they're in the other room.
They're having a good time.
Yeah,
so fuck
and so
off.
are we. So we're not jealous that we were left out of that party. Why would we?
No, I don't care.
I don't care. Anyway, so there's also a book.
Oh yes, the
that was
infamous
written.
book.
Yes.
Co-written.
Yeah, I was just about to say, guess who co-wrote this goddamn book? Your boy John Edmond. Want to elaborate a little bit on the book? You said you touched on it a smidge.
So I haven't read the book because there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to pay $22 for this heap of shit that I'm sure this man wrote. But basically, it is a collection of the stories and the history of Stardust Ranch and the things that have gone on. I'm sure you'll hear a lot of reiterations of what we've touched upon today, but in a very short manner, or a long drawn out manner, I should say, in the book. I don't think the book is good at all. I'm sure it's really not.
Yeah, it probably sucks. I doubt it's a fucking New York Times bestseller, but I'm often wrong.
Yeah, you know what, John Edmund, sir, if you're listening to this, which you have the free time, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure he sold the house too. And if you sold it for $5 million, I know you have the free time because you're not working right now.
No, and if
you put all that money in Doge.
God, if you bought that house for $5 million, I'm sorry, but you got fucking scam diddly am.
You sure did. I mean, you could turn it into an Airbnb and be like fucking alien staying, you know.
Alien stains.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
We'll serve you breakfast over the alien stains. I'll give you alien stains.
Please don't.
You want
before we kind of get into our opinions on this, which you've probably picked up on our opinions on this throughout the episode. Me and Doug kind of both came to the same conclusion where we think we might have rushed through this just a smidge. Reason being is, again, we're trying to get through this episode a little bit to have Jason and Kelly have their time.
Until we have our own recording studio.
Yeah.
Currently, we're recording out of Jason's home.
Yes, so let's recap just a little before we get into our conclusion on what we think of the Stardust Ranch.
All right. So
go ahead.
So let's see. Greater than bracket B. John Edmund. Greater than bracket claim to kill 19 aliens. Greater than bracket have no proof. Greater than bracket what? Question mark dot JPEG. Greater than bracket get on TV.
Ghost Adventures was having a bad season. That was season 15, I think. It was a bad time for Ghost Adventures.
Anyways, yeah, we have John Edmund. He claims to have killed these Greys in his home who have a portal.
With a sword. You can't
samurai sword.
You can't fly past the best part of this. He kills him with a samurai sword.
All right, if any of our fans out there are good at art, can you please draw this man as Samurai Jack? Like slicing aliens?
Up. And also, could you draw him shooting up a UFO?
Yes.
In a parking lot?
Yes. Can somebody paint a mural that I would put on the side of a van?
Yeah, I shit you not. I will pay you. If you can paint a mural of this man lighting up a UFO in the night sky with his twin AK-47s, I will pay you for it. Like, I will go out of my own pocket on this.
I'm thinking like that classic Star Wars poster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Luke
too.
has this, like, you know, his hand up in the sky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's an AK.
John with an AK-47 and there's like an alien above him. Oh my god.
That'd be amazing.
And his wife is like half levitating beneath his feet or something. I don't know.
Somebody please get on that. I would love you forever. I will give you Doug's personal cell phone number if you do that too for us.
Damn, that is a hefty fucking reward.
But yeah, again, to sum it up, man buys ranch be haunted by aliens, man puts pictures on Facebook of the blood from aliens, all his bruises and scratches, his dead livestock with like the eyes and the tongues cut out.
We forgot during our Ghost Adventures part.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So remember, I was like, yo, remember the plants.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
During Ghost Adventures,
God,
they used
so
their EMP device to collect this audio. And one of the things that in the audio is like, brown mist bind plant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so it's not to reiterate?
Sure.
It's not like a voice. Like they have this little contraption that when the spirits put their quote unquote energy into this device, the box chooses from like a list of words to use. So it's not like they're getting actual recordings of the spirit talking. It's like a Siri voice. Yeah,
it's like a predetermined. It's called a spirit box.
Oh no, that's not the spirit box. Spirit box is the one that cycles through the radios. This is called.
Well, it's very similar. I'm just putting it into a very simplified terms.
But instead of actually hearing what a spirit sounds like, it's just a robot going hand,
Yeah.
foot,
Yeah.
devil.
Yep.
Because that's what the spirit's trying to say
Mhm.
by using its energy, I guess. But that doesn't make sense. Whatever. That's a topic for another day. How about an episode on shitty Ghost Adventures equipment?
Oh,
like
God,
the
we could do that.
Polterpod. Like,
This is making me want to play Phasmophobia because they just updated
such
it.
a fun fucking game.
Did you see the new update?
No.
Oh my god. This is for the bonus episode.
Yeah, you'll
for
hear
sure.
about that on the bonus. But yeah, it says something like brown mist, bind plant.
Yeah.
And the Ghost Adventures guys are like, oh fuck it, it said plant. Like
The aliens are the plants. Oh my
it's
god.
about fucking chlorophyll or some shit. Which I don't think it's chlorophyll.
It's
It's
If
whatever the
anybody knows
plants.
what a plant-
I'm fucking looking it up.
what is
you keep
what is
talking.
plant blood? Is that what you're gonna Google?
Yes,
What are
plant blood. I'm looking up plant blood.
All right. Well, while he Googles this, I do want to say, I've actually had.
Oh, it is chlorophyll.
Okay. So yeah, we kind of knew what we were talking
Yeah.
about. We had some ideas.
What is plant blood called?
Google, you do us so well. This is what we do. We watch the stupid shit and then we Google what is plant blood. That's where
Thank
we're
you.
at here.
But that's they tie it all together off one word. They're like, bind plant. Well, didn't he say the fucking aliens are plant people?
Mm-hmm.
And they
do
freak
say
out
that.
about it, and they're like, brown mist, which to be on the topic of Ghost Adventures again, they see like this little like black mist or shadow or something like run across the back of a couch, and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. And then 2 seconds later they show another camera angle, and the camera angle is beaming like down on where this mist came from, and they put on a giant red arrow that says that's where the mist was. So show me the footage from that camera so I can see where the mist better. But they won't do that because they faked it.
Oh, absolutely.
Crazy, right? Crazy how Ghost Adventures be faked. Allegedly, sorry, I don't want to get fucking sued by Discovery or whatever.
Well,
allegedly fakes shit.
Well, okay, so to be fair, I just started watching Ghost Adventures because of this one episode that I watched. And so now I've binged like 6 or 7 episodes of the first season, and it's just so funny. Like they'll like be down a hallway and they'll be like, Did you hear that?
Yep.
Sounded like some clings and clangs.
Yeah. I heard a pebble hit the ground. Whoa, it's a demon. It's throwing shit. It's trying to harm us. Like,
You know there's some asshole behind the camera just like fucking
yeah, just
kicking a
tap
fucking
dancing
bar.
around. Yeah. Like,
ah.
it's a crazy show. But we keep going back to Ghost Adventures
I know.
because, like, if you want to see anything on Stardust Ranch, the Ghost Adventures episode is probably the best way to get the information on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're getting a little bit of everything without giving John Edmonds any money.
Yes, no, absolutely. And oh god, yeah, you see the interview, you see what he looks like, you see fucking Zach being Zach in the home and just how fucking goony they are. It's a good time.
Perfect way to experience this topic is the Ghost Adventures episode. It's in season 15, that's all I know. I think it's episode 5.
12, I think.
It's something like that.
Yeah,
Season 15 something, but I don't know. But we kind of off shot there. We were trying to sum up. We're trying to sum up Stardust Valley, or I mean,
I keep wanting to call it Stardew Valley.
I know, right?
And I'm like trying really hard not to, but I just love that game, so it's like Stardust, okay.
Also, I kind of really hope that this guy would have looked like Charlie Cox from the movie Stardust, but he does not.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a good movie, actually. Yeah,
I have no
I will
idea.
say it's very nice. Robert De Niro plays a pirate who secretly likes to cross-dress, and they capture lightning in a bottle. It's actually kind of a fun movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
Interesting.
Sorry, my throat's making noises. But yeah, so he slices heads off of these greys. He's killed like 19 of them. Sees his wife hovering around, shoots the UFO.
Wife's been abducted a couple different times,
Yep,
apparently.
molested his wife. I'm assuming because she says she wakes up with raw thighs. Probably him, diddling her, the clitoris wrong.
Oof.
He gets on Ghost Adventures. He sells his house for way more money than he should have been able to get for it. That's pretty much Stardust Ranch. Now, Doug, you tell me what you think, because I think the people already figured out how we feel about this, but I would like to hear
Yeah, we were
from
not
you.
very we were hiding the fact of how we felt about this. Now, gonna reiterate, I love aliens. I love anything to do with aliens, and like this whole scenario for me feels like a giant crock of horse shit.
Oh, most definitely.
This man is literally either using this story as a way to
Sell
continue
his home.
domestic abuse on his wife slash get $5 million for his home, which he should not get by any fucking means. I think it's wild to believe that these aliens are appearing as shadow people or mists. Or
Yeah, that's not a gray. Grays don't do that. He even says at one point that the actual Men in Black came to his door.
Yeah, okay. Sure, John Edmonds, who lives at Stardust Ranch. Fuck you.
Not anymore, I don't think. Like I said, I think he sold it.
If you do still. Go
Yeah, if you
fuck
still live there, go
yourself.
fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. What? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm on board. This guy's totally like molesting his wife, and I think the nail in the coffin was when he went on that one podcast and was like, "Oh yeah, she told me if the Crays ever come back for her, kill her."
Oh yeah.
And he just said it with no, like, if you can find it, look it up. I can't remember the podcast, but he says it with like no, without skipping a fucking beat. Like, this guy will kill his wife if it helps him get
yeah.
more attention for, like, more fame. Or
Yeah.
He's totally, in my opinion, a fucked up guy who should not be in this lucky of a position.
I honestly think that
And
podcast
by
you're
lucky
talking
position, sorry, I mean getting $5 million for a house,
Oh.
not molesting his wife.
Yeah.
That is not a lucky position to be in.
I mean, he's coming up for sure for being a piece of shit. But I think the podcast you're talking about, I don't know the name of it either. But like one of the videos I used for research was actually talking about how one of the first podcasts that talked about this kind of called him out on this whole
yeah, they
situation, and that kind of sparked all this debate on whether or not he was like an actual like domestic abuse.
And the guy
person.
pretty much was like, yeah, I think he's just a psychopath.
Yeah, and then like nobody could like refute the claims or like whatever it is, and like he was just like,
Yeah, because he would go on these shows, and even on Ghost Adventures, he'd be like, yep, killed an alien. All right, where's the body? It just disappeared. All right, you said he sent the blood to a scientist? What happened to the blood? He died, and the blood just disappeared mysteriously. Okay, then.
I mean, sure, like that.
Wife
That
don't remember any
definitely
of this
sounds
either.
like the government.
Yeah,
That sounds
it-
like some shit the government would
But
do.
it's also this guy. Like, if you look up a picture of John Edmond, if he sent alien blood to a scientist and it came back as alien blood, like he says it did, the government doesn't need to kill the scientist and steal the blood, because even if he does get the blood back and he has it like in a vial, no one's going to believe him because of how he fucking looks. People are going to look at him and be like, that's just like horse blood in a vial, isn't it? Or your wife's blood. That's your wife's blood? Do you have your wife's blood in a beaker? That's your wife's blood, isn't it? No one would ever believe anything this man says.
This man is meth Santa Claus.
that
is who he is.
That is the best way to put it, with a samurai sword.
Yeah,
Instead of giving you gifts in a box, he gives you a gift in a sheath in the form of a blade.
You don't see it coming. You just hear the click of the sheath, and then you're split
That's
in
all.
half.
While you were busy hunting aliens, he was busy studying the blade.
Oh my god!
I guess that kind of concludes Stardust Ranch a little bit.
I did want to ask. Do you have any alien encounters yourself?
No, I've seen what I want to say is 2 UFOs, but I was a lot younger at the time, so it could have just been anything. Like I vividly remember seeing a UFO when I was walking to my grandma's house, but it was on Halloween, and looking back in my memory, I remember like seeing this thing very vividly to where it might have just been like one of those little like drone toys with like the fan underneath.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize at the time because I was probably like 9 or 8 or something.
That's fair.
And then the other one I saw, I think it was a UFO. I saw what looked like a plane, and then like just a light in the sky moving towards each other. And they got extremely close to where I was like, they're gonna fucking hit each other. That's insane. And the one just disappeared, and then the plane just kept going, and the other one just reappeared right behind it.
Oh damn.
And I was like, and that could just been a plane just swerving out of the way, or however you do that in the sky.
Well,
but
yeah.
who knows? Who knows? But so I can't say I've seen a UFO, but I've seen what from what I recall, looked weird. And I don't have the knowledge on airplanes to say that was an airplane or not.
All I know is that airplanes have to be at least 1 mile apart.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they could have been because, I mean, airplanes are super high up in the air. So them looking like they're about to hit could have been 1 mile apart.
Oh, yeah,
in my
absolutely.
vision, you know. So who knows? But that's all I got.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have anything, Douglas?
So I do, but I feel like it's a good story. But I feel like there is one aspect of the story that's going to make people be like, oh. So.
Can I guess what that aspect is before we even start?
Go ahead.
Were you high?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But to just to, put some background knowledge onto this, at the time that I was getting high, I was smoking a lot. So it wasn't like I was like stupid when I was getting high. I was just getting high to get high.
Gotcha.
Like, and relax, I wasn't like getting high and being like, I see a penguin in my room or some shit, like well, how you are when you're in high school.
Well, also, like, I'm not a weedy. I don't smoke the weed. But you don't really hallucinate on marijuana, do you?
No.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I've been high as fuck to the point where like I just don't know what's going on. But at the same time, I've also smoked a whole bunch when like. My whole high school life was just me smoking weed. I was just a big stoner. So, all right, let's get into it, shall we?
Yes, go ahead. Tell the story.
All right, so me and my buddy, whose name I'll omit for legal purposes, we grew up in a rather like wealthy neighborhood.
Bougie.
Yeah, bougie is definitely the word. And there was an unincorporated area inside of Naperville, for whoever wants to know, called Green Acres. And basically you accessed this subdivision through one street. And then once you got into the subdivision, it was just like a big fucking square with like a bunch of houses in it. No sidewalks, no streetlights. It was all unincorporated. So
weird.
It was just a great place to go smoke weed
because the cops can't come in there.
Exactly. So we would go, and like every other plot of like land was basically empty because they were building houses at the time. So like every other house was built, but like there'd be just a lot that didn't have anything going on. So we would park in front of one of those lots because nobody owned it, nobody gave a shit. So I used to have a stereo system in my old car. I was driving a Dodge Intrepid.
Wow, you were that kid, huh?
Yeah.
Oh
and
my god.
It had this bright ass blue light. So when we would go and park, I was able to take the head unit like out of it, like I could unplug it and
so
take
no
it off so
you.
that there was no light inside the car when we were parked there. So we park inside of Green Acres, and I take the head unit off, and me and my buddy were just smoking a blunt, just hanging out, talking, listening to music, nothing out of the ordinary. Now this was a school night, so it was probably anywhere between like 8 and 9 p.m. that we were doing this, so that
was it still kind of
it was definitely dark out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was definitely dark out, like dark enough where there was no sun. There was no like little blue like light in the distance, you know what I'm saying? But so we park, and I'm just like, okay, let's fucking smoke. Let's put on some Lil Wayne because that was the shit at the time, and God. Let's fucking get it.
High school Doug, man.
So we're smoking, and like maybe 5-10 minutes into us smoking, we're shooting the shit, and then all of a sudden, bam, blue light. So my first thought is, oh shit, popo, cherries and berries are happening, but no red light happens.
How's cherries and berries? Oh, the red
blue.
Oh,
red, blue.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I just see this bright ass blue light like fill the car, and I immediately like look at my buddy. He looks at me. We're both like, oh shit, like what's happening? But the light was like so neon blue, and it was like literally like surrounding my car. Like I don't even know how to describe it.
Spotlight being shown on the car, kind of.
Yeah, like a spotlight literally like above my car.
Like the Kmart blue light.
Oh yeah, like I'm talking like
yeah,
bright ass blue. And like so I freak out and I'm like, we're getting arrested. Like that's exactly like the first thing that comes into my mind. So like I immediately look behind me, see nothing, and I'm like, what the fuck? My buddy does the same exact shit, and we're like, what the hell? So, like, I literally put the blunt out in the ashtray, get out of the car, and then there's no light. As soon as I get out of the car, no light.
Really? Like it just turned off?
Like, it was just gone. Like, I didn't even see it turn off. Like, it was bright blue as fuck. Get out of the car, no light. So, I look at my buddy, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, dude, I have no idea. So we get back in my car, and I'm like, let's just leave. Put my head unit back into, the slot.
Yeah.
It's fucking 1:30 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you lost a lot of fucking time.
Uh-huh. And we were both like, seriously, like, what the hell just happened? Like, I didn't believe it was 1:30. Like, I thought I put my head unit in, and I was just like, okay, I just fucked with the time because I unplugged it or something. Phone said 1:30. His phone said 1:30.
Did you have, like, missing texts or calls or anything from, like, parents or anything?
Nothing. We were both just so fucking confused.
Wow.
And we went home.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Like, it was seriously weird as hell.
You know what? You know what's kind of scary about that is you may have been abducted, because the whole thing is like they kind of like erase your memory a little bit.
And like that's all that happened. Like I tell this story a lot to people because I think it's really funny and like kind of weird. But like I have nothing to back it up except for my buddy.
I was just high in a park in a gravel lot,
and literally everyone's just like, "Oh, you guys were just high." And I'm like, "No, dude." Like,
well, even if that was the case, like the odds of you two seeing the exact same thing are wildly low.
Yeah,
you both seeing a bright blue light and losing track of time in the exact same matter. I feel like that doesn't happen.
No, and like I have no reason to like lie about this. Like,
and not like it's gonna pick up chicks at the bar. Like, hey, I was abducted.
Yeah, and it's just something that's like always like I've always like I will never forget that moment because it was so fucking weird. Like I have no way to explain it. My buddy has no way to explain it. Like, yeah, we were fucking stoned, but like I don't lose and 3 or 4 hours of time when I get high. Like I was smoking weed back in the day, and I'd be high for like 30-45 minutes, and then I'd be like, all right, we gotta smoke again.
Yeah, right.
And like I had school the next day, so I'm not trying to be out till 1:30. I had to fucking be awake at fucking 6 a.m. Like,
that's fucking nuts, my guy.
It was weird.
Did your butt hurt at all? Were you probed?
I had no weird marks. I had no butt pains. It was just like, what did these aliens do to me?
When in that time did you get your nose ring? It's a little piece of metal. Maybe that's an antenna.
It could be. But it was March of this year, actually.
True. That's totally true. So I forgot about that. That's a recent thing. Well, yeah, that couldn't have been it then.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But hey, it was a long time ago. Nothing's happened since. I haven't seen any weird things since.
Maybe they just saw like you and your buddy and were like, "Man, these guys, they're too loud. Like we can't have them up here.
They be smoking loud.
Yeah.
We want some of that weed."
Yeah, they just stole your weed. But a UFO abducts you just to steal your blunt and leave.
Damn, that'd be fucking hilarious.
They smoked with you. You just don't remember it. You were getting high with aliens.
That's upsetting.
They took a bunch of like selfies with you and everything on their camera, not yours. Yeah, they're like, wow, this Earth like is really cool and hip. Let's hang out with them again. But they like forgot to get your number because they were too high or some shit. Like,
wow, that is some dank Earth weed.
Well, on that note, I guess that's Stardust Ranch /
Stardew
/ Doug being abducted and possibly smoking the chronic with a bunch of little grays.
I'd like to think that I did.
Yeah,
I'd like that.
You know what I would like is for people to go to linktree.com/deludipod.
Yes.
Go to patreon.com/deludipod. Go on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Don't look under the internet or Deludipod. You can just go to the link tree. It's a lot easier because all the links are there. You can go to Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee/deludipod. YouTube. Don't look under the internet. We're fucking everywhere. Crazy, right? We just hit, this is going to date us a little bit, but we hit 6,000 downloads.
A little bit.
We got 2,000 downloads this month.
And that's all thanks to you fuckers.
Yes, thank you very much for spreading the word. We have a lot of people, like James, again, we mentioned in the last episode, that just found us out of nowhere as well, giving us cult ideas and stuff to work with.
Super crazy.
Again, that's probably going to be on the back burner for just a smidge, because we got some other stuff lined up, and also we got to look into if there can be any illegal issues with covering them, because they're still around. So I don't feel like getting sued.
Also, I don't feel like having a cult come after me.
Yes, so we really have to do our due diligence when it comes to covering that. So that might not happen right now, but that's definitely something that's going to happen. That's for sure happening at some point.
We have some great info on that already without doing a whole lot of research.
It's wonderful.
Doug, Steve again.
Huh?
Steve.
Who's Steve?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who is Steve?
I don't know. Do you have anything else to say to the people, Doug?
Guys, thank you for allowing us to be in and out of the podcast every once in a while and still supporting us. Thank you for just supporting us in general.
Yeah, super sweet of you guys. Again, all the patrons out there giving us your money every month. That's fucking insane. I never thought for a minute anyone would pay $5 to hear me talk. Like Lori sometimes even hates hearing me talk, and I'm marrying her. Like, she don't give me $5. Like, but thank you to all of you guys. 6,000, that's crazy, and we're that much closer to 10,000, which is like our main goal right now.
Yeah.
And then it's just up from there. And again, it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much.
And it really is. And I say we want to give back to you by what we're about to drop, which is our merch store. But really, it's really just going to be you guys supporting us even more.
Giving us more stuff, which thank you so much. And, if you really want us to give back to you, the best way is obviously through the show here. Yep. Go to our Google phone number, which I forgot the number, but I'm looking it up right now. So Doug, stall for me.
Pull it up. So some things that you guys can actually do to help us kind of figure out what you want as far as merch goes.
I found it.
Perfect.
Sorry, did it get dimmer in here?
Yeah, my laptop screen turned off.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we're getting meta in here.
So the brightness level just went from like 100 to none.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we love reaching out to you guys, and we love communicating with you guys. So my favorite way that we've gotten contact from people so far has been through our Google number. That is 630-909-9366. 630-909-9366. What was that, Doug? One more time? Okay. 630-909-9366. Leave us a voicemail on there. We'll play it on the show. We haven't gotten one yet. I'm a little upset.
We've got texts.
We get some bunch of texts.
We got some weird stories.
We get a lot of fun text stories, which keep that shit coming. That's really fun to look at. And again, we talk about it sometimes on the show. Like, we get a bunch of images from people. Like, we got that creepy, like, Wendigo one. We get stories. We get some shit in fucking, like, Russian or Cyrillian or whatever it's called.
I mean,
about Orthon. No, we can talk about Orthon. He's fine. He's cool. I love him. He's eternal and wise, and he's given me eternal life. So go to our Google phone number.
Real quick. No. You're gonna
leave us a voicemail, because we would love to hear from you, and we would love to play it on the show.
Sir?
And if you leave us an interesting enough voicemail and you're okay with it, maybe we'll call you back and have you on the show.
Jason, note for editing. Play back about 30 seconds of what one Mike just said, because that's horseshit. Anyways, also, if you're a Patreon, you can message us on Patreon.
On there too.
Shout out to Paige for giving us a cool idea about something that we had actually looked into a little bit, but now have some more resources for us.
I feel bad as well, because we told Bruce that we would do some more backroom stuff on our Patreon, on our bonus episodes. We haven't done that yet. But don't worry, Bruce. I'm thinking of you. It's gonna happen. We just we just have a lot of stuff that we're doing.
No, life has been just absolutely.
Yes, I mean, I'm getting married in 3 days.
Yeah, and
so we haven't had the time to look at more backroom stuff and everything. But Bruce, I recognize you're there. I haven't forgotten. We will do that kind of shit. And Ragdoll, I hope you're still listening to these. If you are, can you let me know if you got those stickers? Because I I hope they didn't get lost in the mail, and you hopefully should have gotten them by now. So please let me know if you got those. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great. And Jonathan Salazar,
thanks again.
I hope I'm saying your last name right, Salazar. Thank you again as well for subscribing and supporting us. We love that.
Leave us an Apple review, because we love those, and so does Apple, and it helps boost our numbers and get us to more people's playlists and stuff. Also, and I'll read the reviews on here. If you put in the comment, please read on the show. I will read it on the show, even if it's like a shitty one. Like, if you're like, you guys suck, read this on the show, I'll fucking do it. I don't give a dang.
Yeah, fuck it.
But please don't leave a 1 star as a joke, because that hurts us.
Yeah, no joke 1 stars. Yeah, leave 5 stars.
That hurts us.
If you don't like us, then, rate us however you want, but please. Also, I know I wasn't here the last episode. The whole fart smell thing.
Yeah, I
love it.
I
think it's hilarious.
I just said, fuck it, let's just address it real quick. Yeah.
I understand if we offend you. Definitely sorry. He is definitely a pioneer of what we're doing right now. But I think it's fucking hilarious that his name rhymes with fart smell, and great. I'm not going to stop saying that. Nope. So if that offends you, I'm sorry, but that is fucking hilarious.
It's awesome. And on that note, I'm going to wish you all a lovely night. And that shadow figure that sleeps in the corner of your room at night, go and give him a little kiss on the forehead and tell him he's special and that you love him, even though he torments you sometimes. Just be like, I love you, buddy. It's okay.
Yeah, and if you're ever out and about and you see a light fill your vehicle or your home even with just, blinding lights, make sure that you pull out your peen or your bean and you flick it into the sky.
Yes, do that. Goodbye, everyone.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.